I remember this old patient who came in with her husband. So both were tested positive, and the husband unfortunately passed away. Because she was positive, we could not discharge her, nor could the family members come and visit her. So at that point in time, the psychologists had to be her emotional support, provide grief counseling, and we had to be a family to her. Primarily to do counseling and therapy for the patients here, wherein I alternate weeks with another psychologist. So my weeks go as one is the duty week, wherein I have the inward duty, and the second is the quarantine week, wherein I have to do telephonic counseling. So whichever patient gets admitted in the hospital, we make sure that we give them one phone call, and we are sure that they're not suffering from any kind of mental health conditions, and if at all we make sure we counsel them on the phone, and then we refer them to the psychologist on duty.
I've been posted in the COVID ward. I just finished my night shift. I was working in the isolation ICU, and so as a psychiatrist, we generally regularly see all patients just like any other branch would, all corona patients. But an additional thing that I do as a psychiatrist is that I ask the patient questions about their sleep patterns, if they are feeling anxious, and I address their doubts if they have any. And I also inquire about let's say the previous psychiatric history or any history of alcohol or any substance use history, because there's a tendency to discontinue psychiatric medicines, and some of them rightly so, because they cause your depression in your respiratory system, but others should be continued, otherwise there'll be a relapse in symptoms.
Lately, every day in news, we see these alarming numbers of new cases that are being detected every single day. And it kind of is creating a terror and fear amongst all of us. So the biggest problem that we as psychiatrists face in this COVID times is that there is a stigma that is associated with the illness. In today's date, we see that with every small noise of a person sneezing or coughing, everyone just cringes and starts looking at that person with a lot of suspicion and disgust, as if he has committed a crime.
So when someone gets diagnosed with COVID, along with physical symptoms, there are a range of emotions that a person goes through. There is obviously a lot of anxiety. People start getting fearful reactions that, how did they get it and what will happen to their life now? Are they going to live? They're going to die? Such extreme thoughts keep coming. There's a lot of guilt that a person experiences because once this person is admitted here, the building gets sealed, the family gets quarantined. This one patient whose entire family was admitted, and he was the first one to contract the disease in the family. So there was a lot of guilt, there was a lot of resentment that, I have given the virus to the family, and there were crying spells, there was low mood.
With regular counseling, psychoeducation, and interaction with these patients, we have kind of been able to slowly remove the panic that has been present amongst people. Humans are social animals. So in general, by default, we keep interacting with people. Now all of a sudden, you are asked to cut off from the rest of the world. You are not allowed to meet your family, you are not allowed to meet your friends.
Additionally, there's some trauma that is experienced by patients, because sometimes they see critical patients dying in front of them in a ward setup. So that causes them to have some sleep and appetite disturbances.
So there's always this sense of uncertainty and stress regarding the future of their illness. They are away from their relatives, they can't meet them. Like how there was this one patient, she was very scared because she has a 15-year-old son at home, and she's not sure if she'll ever get to meet him again.
So it has been very stressful for these patients. They feel as if they have been put in prisons. That we have had cold, cough, flu before in life. Then why suddenly now we are being shunned from the society and being put literally behind bars? So when we meet these patients, when they are anxious, they're not able to sleep, they are just worrying about the same thing again and again. So we address these issues. We strategically explain them how what in this illness exactly is. I have seen myself that a patient who was very anxious, who was in tears, literally begging that doctor, please let me go home. I will not cough again. I will not sneeze again. I will make sure I will take medications properly. Just let me go of this place.
With old patients, the geriatric population especially, we've seen that they behave like kids in the sense that they have to be told ki khana khao, take your meals on time. Like some of them are diabetic, and they, because of the illness, they feel very weak, and also because of the age, they say nahi beta abhi to jeena nahi hai, kha ke kya karenge, and things like that. So they have to be told like kids, how we tell them ki dawai khao, khana khao, अच्छे हो जाओगे, घर जाओगे. Similarly, it is with the geriatric population. You talk to them as if they are children, and you just again give them that hope that they are recovering and they will get to go back home.